Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stalker Clear Sky. So, the Steam sales are upon us once again, and this was on sale for like $2. And I've played both of the other Stalker games, and I love them, so I figured I would pick this one up and give it a try. And while I was at it, I figured it's been a while since I've played the Stalker games, so why not just go through all of them in chronological order, starting with, weirdly enough, the second one, which is this one, because it's a prequel to the first one. So yeah, I've never played this before. I've played Shadow of Chernobyl, and I've played Call of Pripyat, but I've never played Clear Sky. So I'm going into this... Okay, I'll have some idea what to do, but I'm going in blind. So, let's see what happens. On Veteran, should be fine.
In actual fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
Without going into detail, I must say I have never seen anything like this before. The encephalogram suggests serious damage to the nervous system, but the other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly, although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
Look, it's waking up. You're awake. That's good. Welcome back to the world of the living, Stalker. How are you feeling?
Do I have to choose this dialogue option? I guess.
Do you remember
okay.
what happened to you?
Okay, I remember leading an expedition through the swamps. A bunch of scientists and the emission. That's it. Where am I? Is this heaven? Why does it look so much like the zone?
In the joking mood, eh? That bodes well for your recovery. I'm Lebedev, the group leader, and I'm responsible for everyone here. That includes you, for as long as you're here. We call ourselves Clear Sky, and you are in our base right now. We picked you up in the swamps after the emission.
Oh, I guess I got lucky then.
Lucky? I doubt it. The facts are these. You survived the emission. That's the first thing I still can't explain. The second thing is that our patrol found you in the swamps, which are essentially endless quicksand. And thirdly, you nearly got torn into shreds by a pack of pseudo-dogs. But our boys got you out just in time. Such a chain of events tells me it's more than just luck. Anyway, I need to finish what I'm doing. So let's continue this conversation later.
Okay, sounds good to me. At some point, I assume I'll get to move? Okay, there we go. There we go, okay. So for those of you who don't know the story behind Stalker, the series, it's set in the exclusion zone around the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, in a kind of alternate reality where the damage was much worse. And you play as a Stalker, which is someone who goes into the exclusion zone looking for artifacts and whatnot. We also have our handy-dandy flashlight, which is good. So where in the hell are we? More to the point, how do I get out of this building? It's gotta be downstairs somewhere, right? Ah, there we go. Hey, person, can I talk to you?
I'm
Can I
glad to
help
see
you?
you, young man. You look considerably better.
Ah, so apparently we are Mercenary Scar, is our name. Professor Beanpolev. Okay, so what are our dialogue options here? I've seen all types of folks in the zone. Some come here chasing their dreams, some in search of the zone's wonders, and some are just looking for loot. Why does Clear Sky study in the zone?
People are mistaken in their belief that they understand the essence of what the zone truly is. Some consider it to be a universal evil, others a wonder sent down to humanity, and others still consider it no more than a source of riches. They are all wrong. The zone is impossible to understand when viewed through the prism of human perception. Moreover, it is far too early for humans to even try. Ergo, the actions of both the government and stalkers with respect to the zone are misguided, and I fear that the potential consequences may be, or indeed are, completely unpredictable. Naturally, this represents a terrible danger.
So what is the
Young
zone?
man, if only I had the answer to that question. We are studying the zone meticulously in hopes of finding it. The zone appeared as a result of the actions, let's call them misguided human actions, and we are unable to return to the status quo. The zone cannot be destroyed, nor will it disappear of its own accord. We, Clear Sky, believe that there is only one way to reconcile man with the zone: coexistence.
Why is the zone having shakes? Anything about that?
How can I best explain? Let's put it like this. Any complicated system in nature, and that includes the zone, automatically seeks equilibrium in the absence of destabilizing external factors. That was the case here in recent years. The zone was stable and there were no significant deviations from the norm. And now we've seen a gigantic emission that has changed the face of the zone. The system became unstable, distorted, a glitch of sorts. The zone is spewing out emission after emission and pumping itself full of energy with each one, so much so that the readings on my sensors oscillate with unbelievable speed. And unless we find a way of reversing this trend, the result will be a disaster of far greater proportions than the 1986 catastrophe. The most important lesson in all this is that this glitch is not a product of natural causes. This is human handiwork.
I wish I knew whose it is.
And that's what we are attempting to find out. Perhaps knowing who disrupted the zone's equilibrium will give us a chance to prevent a disaster.
Is it really within man's power?
Since man caused this mess in the first place, man may well be the only one able to set it right. In any event, I very much hope that is the case.
In what way exactly? What is the point of the rescue plan?
I fear that question is not one I can answer. I suggest you address it to Lebedev.
Okay, see you. Alright, so we got a scientist guy. To know.
Oh, I didn't notice you coming.
Okay, we just had a conversation, but sure. Yeah, the game is a little buggy, I would imagine, as all of the Stalker games generally are. And here we have the favorite pastime of stalkers, sitting around a campfire and playing acoustic guitar. Hello, you have very nice gear. Can I talk to you? I don't think this is actually a named... So all the NPCs get randomly generated names, so a lot of them might not actually... Hello, why are you getting your gun out? Okay, yeah, so this guy is one of the generic NPCs. You get, like, dialogue options that you can say to everyone who's not important to the story. Like, if we go over to this guy, we'll have the same... Yeah, what's new in the zone? What are you doing here? Tell me about this place. See you later. That's it. So you can just ask people regular questions. What are we supposed to be doing? I think we're supposed to be going to the red marker on the mini-map, so... Let's head over that way. Oh, this looks like a store to me.
I see you. Just a minute.
Just a minute? Are you busy? There's no one else here, so,
Hello, Mark. You became quite a legend while you were out of it. Even you wouldn't believe some of the rumors I've heard. Anyways, here's a drink on the house for a lucky son of a gun. It should help you relax and tell me about your adventures, because I'm just dying of curiosity.
There's not much to tell. I was leading a group of scientists through the swamps when an emission hit. I remember nothing after that. I regained my consciousness here. So now, you tell me what happened.
Well then, you drink and I'll tell you about this place. It used to be pretty quiet here. We had the paths worked out, the right places explored, and the approach covered. Of course, the swamps ain't exactly spring break material, but it wasn't too bad either. Yeah, it wasn't too bad until the last emission. The biggest we've ever seen. These days our boys pray both to God and the devil before going out of the base. Because getting back alive is a miracle in its own right. But we're managing to hold it together. Because our guys ain't here for loot. They're fighting for a cause.
How'd you end up here?
I was collecting bottles one after another and they led me here. I'm kidding, man. Truth is, there was no place for me in that other world. He didn't want me. In the end, I came here. First to the zone, and then to Clear Sky. The guys here are alright, and I'm needed here. They come back here after a mission, I pour them a drink, tell a few dirty jokes, and my job is done. Simple, but effective. By the way, they call me Cold around here.
About this place. Would you give me a clue as to where we are?
In our base. As you can see, it's a small, sinking farmstead in the middle of romantic, endless swamps. I couldn't tell you where it is exactly, but it's the last place in the zone where you can meet real people. Guys who won't screw you, stab you in the back or let you bleed to death to save a med kit.
I'm no stranger to the zone, yet I've never heard about Clear Sky. How do things work here?
You know why you've never heard of it? Because too many people want to know about it, and the fewer that do, the better. Lebedev is our leader. The man is a rock if ever I've seen one. He's the glue that holds our whole group together. Then there's Beanpolev, Professor Beanpolev. He's like a walking encyclopedia and a calculator in one. Knows more about the zone than... well, anyway. Our technician's called Gray. He can make you a rifle out of an empty can with ammo to boot. He could use some spares, but apart from that. And finally we have Suslov. He's a trader, but he ain't like the others of his trade. He won't try to rip you off or screw you.
Cole,
He knows what
leave the mark
Stalkers go
alone with your
through to
dirty
get their
jokes.
loot, and
I
he
need to
respects
see it.
that. Well, brother, if Lebedev says he needs to see you, that ain't up for a discussion. Go on, I'll catch you later.
Alright. Better go talk to Lebedev. It's a nice little base we got going here. Okay, how do I... where is Lebedev exactly? Is he in this building? Probably. Can we... here we go. Oh, can't hop that railing. Okay, we're gonna have to go find the stairs, I guess. Ah, here they are. Hello.
Got some fresh air? You look better, that's for sure. Let me fill you in on this situation. You're in the Clear Sky base. Don't try to remember who we are. You've never heard of us, and there's a very good reason for that. Our mission is to research the zone. We believe that the zone must be studied and understood so that humanity knows what it is facing here. Understanding is the key to coexisting with the zone. Because if you think about it, the zone is the most wondrous phenomenon humanity has been confronted with in its entire history.
Why are you
As I
hiding?
said, we are researchers. We are trying to figure out the nature of the zone, determine the reasons which caused it to appear, and formulate the rules that govern its existence. We are not consumed by a quest for money. We don't seek fields of artifacts, and we're not interested in turf wars with other factions. That is why we're hiding here in the swamps and concentrating on our research. Our forte is not combat, but knowledge. Knowledge of the zone, accumulated over years of research. We know more about it than Stalkers and the government combined. And our research was finally shaping up into a sound, coherent picture until the massive emission a few days ago.
What was so peculiar about it? We've had emissions before.
No, that emission was incredibly powerful. It was on a level of its own. It was like a hurricane that swept the whole zone, changing it. Everything is different. The well-known and relatively safe areas have become highly radioactive and full of anomalies. But now, you can access parts of the zone that have been unreachable for years. Even the most hardened stalkers don't know what awaits them on their favorite path. The other thing that changed is people, and that became evident right away. The emission destroyed the fragile balance between factions, and they're now warring for territory. In other words, many strange things have happened, and I don't yet fully understand the scale of these changes. It's only been a few days since the emission. If you ask me, the strangest thing of all is that you managed to survive it.
If I knew how I survived, I'd tell you in a second, but I don't remember anything.
I see. How can I help you?
I'd better leave. I'm pretty beat up, but I can still walk and hold a gun. How do I get out of here?
Getting out of here isn't easy, not by a long shot. The swamps are a real maze of reeds and radioactive quicksand, swarming with terrible monsters and human scum. And I don't know which is worse. Only a guide can lead you safely out of here. We only have a handful of them. Guys I would trust with my life without a second thought. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Because if I let you go, our presence here might not stay a secret for long.
What are you trying to say?
We are having a very tough time here recently. The emission reduced the number of anomalies in the swamps, which made the area easily accessible for bandits and other vermin. There are so many of them, they'll be setting up camp in our base soon if we don't do something about it. The problem is that we're not really the fighting type, so we've been steadily losing ground. But you, one look at you, tells me you're a pro at that sort of thing.
This is the second outpost.
Your experience can save the lives of many of my... That's enough chit-chat. There's been another attack on our outpost. Help us fight it off. If it makes any difference, some of the boys who saved you are there right now. You still remember how to survive in the zone?
I remember bits and pieces.
Great. Get over to the trader and he'll fit you out with some basic equipment. After that, head straight to the outpost. Once you're outside the base, listen to my advice. I'll try to guide you along.
Okay. Where is the trader? Okay.
Trader,
He is...
a fighter is on his way.
Roger that.
Here, this guy looks like a trader to me. Oh, look, he's got a little face mask and everything.
Glad to see you. At last. Here, take this basic equipment kit. It's designed specifically for patrol missions.
What do we get? We got a shotgun, we got some shotgun shells, we got a pistol, some pistol ammo, we got a knife, we got a anomaly detector, which is really important. Bandages, first aid kit, anti-radiation drugs. Thanks. Thanks. Hey, is it always this stressful
I've been
here?
ordered to issue you some equipment. There's no time for questions. The boys need you now.
Yeah, I'm gone. Alright, so we are going this way. Ah, out the front gate. Yeah, that would make sense.
You have my full attention.
Oh, this is the guy. Okay, we need to talk to him. So, are you ready to go to the outpost? This guy is not voiced. I'm ready. Alrighty, I'll blindfold you until we get there. You understand? I'm sure I must keep the route secret. Sure. Hang on a sec, do I? Oh, and I have a rifle as well. Cool. Fine by me. Where did the guide go? Oh, I guess he just left. Okay.
Mark, there are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bolt in front of you.
So you can see the anomalies. They're those kind of wavy bits in the air there. Yeah, step in those things, you're gonna have a bad day. So I think bolts are 6. Yeah. So you throw these, and they will bounce off the anomalies if they're in the way. So basically you just kind of walk forward while tossing these in the air in front of you. And they will tell you you're about to run into something. Oh. Also got a detector that will beep if we're getting near something. I think that's, if I remember
by the
correctly...
way, you can sometimes find artifacts in anomalies. You can't see them, but detectors spot them easily enough. If you get close enough, your detector will indicate the location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up easy as pie. Keep in mind that your current detector isn't exactly top of the line. It only shows the distance to the artifact.
Yeah. So, artifacts are, as the guy just said, things you get out of anomalies, and you can give them to people for a lot of money, or use them for other effects. If you find one that has, you know, good effect that you want. Scoot around this way. Just keep on throwing bolts. Oh, I hear gunfire. So we're getting close then. Okay, bridge is clear. Oh, where did oh, there's the watchtower. Alright. Just keep a careful eye out. Not all of the anomalies are as easy to spot as the wibbly lines in air. Okay, that's my knife. I don't need that. There we go. Gun would help. Alright, so what do we got? Oh, that is not... What is the run key? Oh, everybody's dead. Well, that was easy.
Run for the tower! The monsters can't get you there!
I just wasted so many bullets. Okay, let's get in the tower, I suppose. Suck it, radio. Oh god! Oops. Just almost jumped off the ladder. Stupid. Okay.
You're right on
my
time,
friend.
bro. I'm real low on ammo, so let's make the best of it together.
I'm not exactly super high on ammo either. Where are monsters? Oh, there's one. So what are we supposed to be doing? Kill the boars. Hang on.
Attention all fighters. An emission is approaching. Get to cover now.
You gotta be kidding me. Is that dead? It is dead. Okay, cool. Oh, so is that guy. Well, I'm gonna go get inside so we don't die and hopefully not fall down this ladder. There we go. The emissions will, like, totally murder the crap out of us if we don't get inside really fast. So, okay, we have a cutscene. Am I dead? I'm assuming not. Oh, I'm just back here. What? Okay, that's weird. I guess we need to go downstairs and talk to Lebedev. Yep, ask Lebedev what happened. Alright. Let's go find out what the fuck just went on. Hello, friend.
You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far from the tower when things calmed down a bit. You know, Bien Polev was right. You defy scientific explanation. He believes that you acquired some, let's say, unusual abilities, which help you survive anomalous activity that would literally tear anyone else down to atoms. Also, it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point where our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Wait, don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die.
Why do emissions occur this often?
A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated in the zone. A discharge, if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, the increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat, akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the Brain Scorcher.
Someone got past the Scorcher? What risks does this pose for the zone?
It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the Vishgranter. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the Brain Scorcher.
Is there a real way to pass the Scorcher? Even a theoretical chance?
I didn't think so until the large emission. Hell, nobody thought so. However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, then the answer is obvious. Someone made it through the Scorcher, and the emission was the zone's response. And since the emissions haven't stopped, whoever it was must still be alive. The zone is trying to get them, and it's killing everything that's alive in the process.
What is the danger of such frequent emissions?
I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium. The zone is unstable right now, and this instability is increasing. If the constant emissions aren't stopped, the zone will become so unstable that a new disaster will occur. Which brings us to what Clear Sky is doing. We are trying to prevent that disaster.
Prevent the disaster? You're even strong enough to fight off bandits.
You're right. But we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions. And that means something.
Lots of confidence you got there. So, what's the plan?
We have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them at any price.
And why are you telling me this, of all people?
There's a strange connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will, they mean you can get through places that others wouldn't even dream of. And at the moment, we need to act very quickly.
Not sure I want to jump right into the thick of things. Why do I have to take part in this?
I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Now this may sound like a line from a corny movie, but you really don't have a choice.
Looks like my options are pretty limited.
Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us?
Let's see, my two options are yes or no, I need some time to think it over. I'm just gonna say yes, because I'd rather not have my nervous system burned out.
Then listen carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment. But it's a lead.
That'll be fine. How do I reach the cordon?
Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the cordon, we have to regain control of the swamps. And with your help, I think we should be able to do it.
Understood. Oh. Okay, I guess that's that. And that is probably a pretty good place to call it for today. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.